By Commissioner Cabot and seconded by Commissioner Shea. Adrian, can you please take the vote?
Vice Chair Huerta,
Aye.
Commissioner Cabot,
Aye.
Commissioner Cordero,
Aye.
Commissioner Shea.
Aye.
Motion passed by a vote of 4 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstentions, and 1 absent.
Wonderful, thank you.
I have another quick question, Vice Chair Huerta, and this would be for Rebecca as well. Now, you said this had to go in front of the City Council. When is that presented in front of the City Council for approval? Would that be immediately?
So now that we have the commission's decision, the earliest meeting we would be able to get that on would be the April 19th meeting. Honestly, we will need to look at what is involved with that. It would be a consent item for the council, but we'll need to just see what is involved in that report and work with our city clerk staff on that to get it on as soon as we can.
Then I have one more
before
question.
Definitely before the June meeting, so that we can continue on.
Okay, that's what was my next question, so we can implement it this year already.
Yes.
Right? Okay, thanks.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on to item D, commission members to review and discuss the community members refocus memo, community services refocus memo, to develop a scope, purpose, and work plan for the commission.
Okay, great. Thank you, Vice Chair Huerta. So the Community Services Commission was established in 1949, and the commission serves as an advisory board to the Community Services Department, and consists of 5 civically engaged residents appointed by the council. The municipal code goes as followed. Subject to the approval of council, the Community Services Commission shall have the power and duty to do and perform all acts required of it by the laws of the city and the state pertaining to the Community Services Commission. The staff here, we are proposing, basically what we want to do is we want to create an annual work plan for the commission. And in order to create and discuss an annual work plan, we would like the commission to develop a Community Services Commission scope and a Community Services Commission purpose. So with that being said, staff is trying to find a way to better identify ways in which the commission can utilize the strengths, experience, and skill sets of each individual in a structured approach. So again, the purpose of developing a scope and purpose is to be able to develop a work plan. With that being said, our department has a strategic plan, which was developed in 2015, and it includes the department mission, vision, and strategic directions. And the key elements of the strategic plan. So also along with these, I've included the strategic plan. I've included the strategic plan and also included the HERE Commission's 2022 annual work plan. And this is going to serve as a frame of reference while developing the community services scope, purpose, and work plan. Again, in this packet, you've each been given the department strategic plan and the HERE Commission's annual work plan. And just to recap, our community services mission is creatively enriching the lives of every person in San Gabriel through exceptional programs and services, inviting spaces, and community connection. The vision of the department is San Gabriel will be a leader in community services, recreation, and the arts within the region. As a truly unique, united, and enriched community, San Gabriel residents are proud of the amazing quality of life they enjoy every day. So our 5 most critical areas of focus, and again, this is in regards to our strategic plan, they are to create new innovative programs and services to engage the entire community, connect the entire community to enhance quality of life, embrace and celebrate community diversity, plan and create new and enhanced open spaces, parks, and community facilities, develop innovative resources and tools to achieve our mission. And while the scope and purpose of the HERA Commission were established by City Council, the Commission was able to use these to develop a work plan for approval by Council. The purpose of the work plan is to help highlight areas that are determined to be the primary focus of the year. Community Services Commission may find that the HERA Commission's example is helpful as you look to develop a work plan. So we are recommending that the Commission review the strategic plan and develop a scope and purpose. This will be used to better identify the role of the Commission and help establish the work plan for a future meeting.
Thank you, Christina. Does any commission member have factual questions for staff to clarify the report?
Yeah, I do. Are you wanting the commissioners to put this together, or is it staff, or is it a combination of both?
We are wanting the Commission to put this together, and staff will help guide the Commission in order to achieve this.
Wow. Okay.
Any other questions? Any of the other commissioners have a question regarding what staff has proposed?
I have another question then. When do we want this to be implemented? When do we start working on it? How do we start working on it as commissioners? Are we?
That's more than one question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Let's take them question at a time.
Yeah,
Commissioner Cabot,
well, it's kind of all together. I mean, how are we going to do this? Yeah.
Let's ask Christina. First question was.
So when do we want you to start this? We want you to start this tonight. We want to develop a scope and purpose tonight. And we've provided the HERA Commission scope and purpose in our strategic plan to be able to help guide this.
Then the next question you had, Sherry, Commissioner Cabot, was when, and then you're on mute.
Okay, that was basically it.
Okay.
When and how, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions? No? Okay. Christina, do we have any public comments on the action item?
We do. So give me 1 second. To the Community Services Commission. I'm excited that the Community Services Commission is developing an annual work plan. One of the recommendations from the HERA Commission in our first annual work plan was that all of the city commissioners create a document similar to the one required by the HERA Commission. As your agenda item title alludes to, a work plan or some sort of strategic planning for the year helps to focus energy and limited resources in an effective way. It has helped the HERA Commission to use our resources to further our purpose and support the goals that have been identified. While each commission is very different, All of them can identify a measurable product or goals to accomplish. I'm sure that creating a work plan will help the community service commissioners to concretely see all that they accomplish each year and make the position more satisfying. The HERE Commission looks forward to partnering with you on future projects. Chastity Jennings Nunez, HERE Commission Chair.
Thank you, Christina. The time for public comment on this item is now closed. I think we can begin working on our scope and purpose. So
Okay. Oh, go ahead,
I'm going
Vice Chair Huerta.
to start out with a comment. This is very exciting. Exciting for me. I know strategic planning might not be something that my commissioners or members have worked on, which is why it's all the more exciting that the HERE Commission has shared their work plan with us. And really, we can view this as an opportunity to take what they have already framed out for us and apply it to the services that we provide as community services. So why don't I now turn it over to Christina? I just wanted to throw that out there. I'm excited. I'm a strategic planning kind of person, so this is exciting. It's fun. It can be fun. It can be daunting, but we don't have to invent the wheel here, so we're already ahead of the game.
Do any commissioners have any comments before we get started? My thoughts are to review, and I can read out loud the purpose of the HERE Commission. And again, I can repeat the mission of the Community Services Department, and we can go from there. Does that work for everyone, or does anyone have any comments prior to starting?
Nope.
Okay, so the purpose of the commission, so this is for the HERE Commission. The purpose of the HERE Commission is to advance and advocate for equity, access, diversity, social justice, safety, mutual appreciation, increased cultural competency, positive intergroup relations, and respect for all members of the San Gabriel community. And now if I refer back to the mission of the Community Services Department, our mission is creatively enriching the lives of every person in San Gabriel through exceptional programs and services, inviting spaces, and community connection.
So I think that we can, and I invite my other commissioners to also lend their own ideas. But I think the way that I see community services serving the residents of San Gabriel is that we are looking to do, we're taking what the HERE Commission has already laid out as their purpose and incorporating it into the services that we provide. So we know that as community services, we partner with other organizations like we have done for vaccination and the vaccination clinics, the meals that are prepared for seniors and are distributed. All of those programs and services that we already have, we want to take them to the next level. We want to also make sure that as a community services department, we are providing equitable access to everyone. And that we are looking for those intergroup relations, like it mentions in their purpose. So perhaps what we can do is, this does take a little work, right? Normally, a mission statement is one sentence, and we don't have to stick to this mission statement, but we should come up with something that talks about the programs and services that we provide and incorporate the same type of vocabulary that has already been provided to us in this purpose of the HERE Commission. Equitable access. We want to increase cultural competency through our different activities and events that we bring to the community. So perhaps each one of us can take, I don't know, 5 minutes to write a sentence to kind of draw out from what we already have in the mission statement that was put together during the strategic plan.
Well, I have an idea. I mean, just to get the ball
Yes.
rolling.
Let's-
Just brainstorming. I love to brainstorm because it starts off and then it becomes something totally different, but it starts. Just taking some of the words. The purpose of the Community Services Department is to enrich the quality of life for the San Gabriel residents by providing what you said, access to you had said a couple of things like this. You said access and something else. But anyway, then you could start listing. Just an idea.
Mhm. Oh, that's good. That's good. Did somebody write that down?
I have a question though. Because I kind of feel like what we're talking right now is about what community service department is about, not what community service commission is about. But what we're trying to define here is what commission is about or what the department is about.
It's what the department, it's the purpose of the department, the Community Services Department.
So just to clarify,
sorry.
this will be specific for your commission, but different from the HERE Commission. The HERE Commission serves as a body specific to the city as its entirety. So there's not one specific department that it's tied to, though the staff that serve the commission come from the Community Services Department, whereas the Community Services Commission serves directly to the Community Services Department to make recommendations or analyze the programs and services that the department is offering. If for some reason there's a program or service that, let's say, the department is partnering on with the police department, such as National Night Out, that could be an extension. But for the most part, it would stay within the Community Services Department. That's why the strategic plan mission and vision and those key items were brought forth to you kind of as a jumping off point, since the commission and department are so intertwined.
Okay.
And to recap the statement that was made earlier, kind of combining what Commissioner or Vice Chair Huerta and Commissioner Cordero stated, the purpose is to enrich quality of life for San Gabriel residents by providing equitable access to programs and services.
Thank you for recapping that, Matthew.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, I was just going to say, now, is that a combination of both Vice Chair Huerta and Commissioner Cordero? Because I thought Commissioner Cordero had some excellent suggestions as well to add to the Vice Chair's statement. But I didn't get it written down fast enough.
Yeah, I think I captured everything, but if for some reason I did miss something, please do chime in, Commissioner Cordero, and make sure that we capture those.
No, I think Commissioner Cordero did a great job. We're taking what already exists, which is our mission statement that was part of the strategic plan. And we're just adding in those key elements that apply. Well, this is my own opinion. I think that the HERE Commission is doing an excellent job to make sure that all of these things are weaved through the policies, procedures, everything that we do as a city the HERE Commission and is there to make sure that it's all of these things. It's equitable and there's access. It works towards social justice. It provides safety. All of those things that they're working towards. We need to incorporate that into our purpose as community services department. So our mission should be just that.
And I agree with that. I just really liked what Commissioner Cordero said, and I would like her to repeat it if she could, because it built on what you said, Vice Chair. Commissioner Cordero, what did you say?
Sure. I thought Matthew had it pretty good. I had just put jumbled words, but Matthew, you had I thought put it together what I had said. What I was trying to do was list what we saw, what was in the strategic plan, and explain what we were doing specifically in those areas. That makes sense.
Okay, what I'm asking, whether it's the chair or commissioner or Matthew, what's that put together in a sentence? Because that's what we need for our mission statement.
Matthew, will you?
Sure. So what we have so far, which I think potentially there's room for addition to it or
Oh, yes, we
expansion
need to add to it.
to the CS Commission. But what we have thus far is the purpose is to enrich quality of life for San Gabriel residents by providing equitable access to programs and services.
Okay,
So
I like that a lot. Yeah, I think that's well said. That covers a lot. And sometimes less is more. I mean, it covers a lot of what we do. Okay.
Should we put in there, I think I had mentioned this, but I don't know if we should put it in there. Quality of life to our San Gabriel residents. Or the residents of San Gabriel, or residents of the city of San Gabriel? Or is that all implied and we don't need it?
I don't know if it's implied. The HERE Commission used members of the San Gabriel community, which isn't as direct or doesn't name them exactly. It's kind of broad. We could go with any of those suggestions. Commissioner Cordero, we could go with residents of San Gabriel, city resident. We can do any of those, whatever flows best. Matthew, maybe we should just go ahead and put in residents of the city of San Gabriel.
Sure. So the part would read enrich quality of life for residents of the city of San Gabriel.
Yeah. That's not as wordy and clumpy as the older one. That's a good idea.
Through exceptional programs and services. Exceptional programs and services. So,
we need to get equitable access in there. That's a good, Vice Chair had suggested that, as had Commissioner Cordero.
is it in there already, Matthew?
It is in there already. And that's, in addition to that, I would recommend something that's more specific to the department. Granted, I think that it's important to ensure that the programs and services that the department is offering are reaching all areas of the public, as well as ensuring that they're accessible to them, not just offered, but actually accessible to all areas. But if you're looking at the mission through exceptional programs and services.
I'm sorry, I'm not catching all of that.
Sorry.
No,
Sorry.
I'm
It's
just,
breaking up.
yes,
in
it's
my-
breaking up quite a bit.
All right. Can you hear me okay now?
Kind of shaky.
Yeah, okay. So for a portion of the mission statement, it's through exceptional programs and services, inviting spaces and community connection. So if you're looking at those aspects, potentially looking at how the commission can help ensure that the department is creating inviting spaces and community connection.
Program services. Okay.
I think, sorry, if I can just add one comment here. Part of the reason I think of all the people on the call here, I was the only staff person that was there for the building of the strategic plan. So just to add in, one of the things that the community services department does versus the HERE Commission, for example, is one of the areas, which is why the inviting spaces is there. One of the areas that the community services department oversees is park planning. So, for example, while we don't maintain our parks, Public Works does, we do work to ensure, so that includes grant writing and looking at different opportunities to create those inviting spaces, so that parks and facilities that we have. And that's kind of different than any other department. And so that is why that aspect is in there. The Community Services Commission may help to provide information. And in fact, whether it's next meeting or a couple of meetings, we will be bringing an item to you to review about a proposal that's come forward for park space. And so that's something that the commission would be providing input, because you are residents of the community who can provide input on those things. So just to keep that in mind, I think the start that we have for the purpose is great, but that may be another aspect that you want to include in there as well. And that is also kind of where the community connection comes in, is that those are the places where the community can connect, is at those outdoor spaces or at the facilities that we have. So just to add that in there.
So I want to make sure that part of our mission is, and I like that creatively was left out at the beginning, because I think that we can incorporate that here. We have to be creative about how we plan for these open spaces, these areas where residents make those connections. So part of our purpose is to creatively explore.
I really like what Rebecca said about the community connection.
Yeah, that's part of our old mission statement. Did you see that? Yeah.
Right, and so that can be through programs, which I think is something that you've seen and heard a lot about, our programs that we offer, and that can be classes, programs, services, activities, all of those things. But it can also be the areas that the Community Services Department helps plan for. And so those are some things that you could take into consideration as well.
Well, I honestly think that the current mission statement you have, if you read through it, it really covers very well what community services does. Enriches creative enriching of the lives of everybody in San Gabriel, exceptional programs, services, inviting spaces, community connection. Because you have all those programs after school, you have all those programs for seniors. That would encompass all the programs, basically. Meals on Wheels, providing food for seniors, all the different programs, and services would fall under support meals for seniors, after school tutoring, inviting spaces, that would be the parks, I would guess, and the activities we have at the mission, and community connection. To me, everything that's in there encompasses all the things we do. Now, we could possibly add a few more adjectives, but on the whole, I think it's pretty comprehensive. That's my opinion.
I agree with you. I think it needs a little more, I would like to see something about us, gosh, and I think I said it earlier. I think I wanted to incorporate what Rebecca was saying, that we plan, we explore, we continually try to
Oh, yeah.
build upon what we do already. Because we are here to serve our residents. We will always take the time to look at those things that
I think that's a good idea. It's not stagnant is what you want to say, that we're always
Yes.
coming up with new things, but we got to
We don't
find the
need-
right word for that.
yes, but that's why I'm saying, if we are
How about dynamic?
Oh, there you
well,
go.
I think dynamic programs and services
That's good.
is good. So we do,
Yeah, yeah.
instead of exceptional is great. Dynamic means that we are in a forward motion. Matthew, do you mind?
I think it'd be important to remember that this is actually creating the purpose statement for the commission. So you're not trying to reinvent something for the department. And in fact, a purpose statement, aside from a mission statement, might actually include more, like you said, Sherry, more adjectives. So it's kind of what the action is of the commission.
Well, and if you, it seems like if you just look down to the vision, that has more adjectives, more points in it. So I don't think we need to change a whole lot in the mission, because like Rebecca said, it's for the community services.
Pardon me, I meant verbs. He's my poor grammar. I meant verbs,
Okay.
not adjectives. I've been out of school way too long.
Well, we need some adjectives in there too. Dynamic programs, that's an adjective.
But we do need to do some strategic planning. We should look at taking what we have and moving it forward. So
Right.
we should always be actively exploring other
I have a suggestion to add inclusively to next to the creativity. So creatively and inclusively enriching the lives.
Oh,
to
creative,
the
yeah.
Because we have a very diverse community, and we want everybody to feel included through our programs and the parks and all the services we provide.
Matthew, do you mind? Thank you, Commissioner Shea. Do you mind reading back
Yes, of course.
slowly? I wish I had a whiteboard. I'm a whiteboard kind of person. What we have.
I'm going to do my best to make sure that we are grouping it all together. So I apologize if I'm missing something.
That's okay.
Creatively and inclusively explore ways in which the CS department can enrich the quality of life for the residents of the city of San Gabriel by providing equitable access to dynamic programs and services and spaces.
Good. Good start.
Yeah, it's good, except it kind of just drops off after when we get to inviting spaces and community connections. It's a little bit boring after the rest of it sounds so exciting.
Exploring, not exploring, it's not exploring, it's, gosh.
Excuse me, did Commissioner Zing, did you use the word, instead of exceptional, you said inclusive, right?
Yeah, that was add to the front instead of
Yeah.
the
Oh.
programs. Were,
Okay.
it's for everything.
Okay. Hmm.
Matthew, do you mind repeating that one more time?
Sure, can you?
Slowly? Maybe we could write it down.
Yeah.
And I'll make one note that it looks like the scope is, or the purpose is more forward thinking, but doesn't address potentially analyzing current programs and services. So just something to keep in mind as I read it. So
I
create
think-
and inclusively explore ways in which the CS department can enrich the equitable access to dynamic programs, services, and spaces.
Okay.
And strengthen community connection. Strengthen, foster.
I think that last time, maybe it left out enrich quality of life.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. My taking that out of the merge, my apologies.
Strengthen community connection, something community connection.
Have we already used enhance? Enhance, strengthen. I like the word strengthen though. That makes more sense.
It's stronger.
Yeah, I think so. You're right. Okay, that works.
Well, it's you can strengthen, you can increase community connection, increase, enhance it.
I like the
strengthen.
word strengthen though. I don't know about anybody else, but I think that means that we want to bring people together more.
Mm-hmm. It's a good word.
I like that word.
Yeah, me too.
Would you mind repeating what that word was that the commission was looking to include?
At the end,
Yes.
strengthen community connection.
Perfect.
And what about improve community engagement?
Oh, that might be a good idea.
We add in the last two items, it would read and revising the item that I skipped. Creatively and inclusively explore ways in which the community services department can enrich the quality of life for residents of the city of San Gabriel by providing equitable access to dynamic programs, services, and spaces, and strengthen community connection and engagement.
Oh. Honestly, I think that sounds pretty good. Does anybody
Yeah, I
else
like
have
it.
any comment?
I like it.
I like it. What do you think, Vice Chair?
Sorry, I was muted. I like it. have a question for Christina. This mission statement is supposed to encompass our purpose and scope, right?
So first, yes,
Of the
yes. Well,
commission.
the mission statement for the department is our purpose.
Okay. Mission
No, so
statement.
it's important to note that the mission, we're really, what we're working with is the purpose right now. So unless the commission feels that there's a need to develop a mission specific for the Community Services Commission, that can be addressed. But right now, the sentence that the sentences that we're looking to build would be specific for the purpose of the commission, since that's not something that's established.
I'm sorry, I
Okay.
misunderstood that. I thought you were asking about our community services mission.
So it's really our purpose. Okay.
Versus
So-
the purpose of the HERE Commission, which
Right,
is
right, right.
kind of like the blueprint in what the commissioners do.
Sure. Okay.
Okay, so just to clarify the verbiage, instead of mission, what we're working on is the purpose of our commission. Okay. All righty. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that, Matthew.
Of course.
Okay. And I like what has been put together. I think that's pretty comprehensive.
I think too, and maybe this is just an added part to it, that if you look at the HERE Commission purpose, it's very clearly stated at the beginning of the sentence. The purpose of the HERE Commission is to, so we can add that to the beginning of this if we want to, so that it's clear what that statement is.
I like that.
Where is that? Not
I
finding.
like
It was in your packet.
Yeah, I'm
It's
looking.
actually part of the actual work plan. So essentially, we provided the work plan. It's
Okay.
a staff report dated March 22nd. It's part of your packet.
Right. Okay, I
And
got it.
So so it includes both the purpose and the scope.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
Are there any other notes or revisions to the purpose?
Can we, if we add that verbiage, can we hear it again?
Of course. I will read it off right now. The purpose of the Community Services Commission is to creatively and inclusively explore ways in which the Community Services Department can enrich quality of life for residents of the City of San Gabriel by providing equitable access to dynamic programs, services, and spaces, and strengthen community connection and engagement.
I like it.
Good. What does staff think?
It sounds great to me. It seems to encompass all areas of both the department and the commission's role in which the work is doing.
I'm good with it.
Christina, is there anything?
No, I think it's a great purpose for the commission. And again, this will serve as a blueprint. So if we're, when we're making decisions, this is something that we can go back to ask ourselves, are we really providing dynamic programs and services? Are we strengthening community engagement? So I think it sounds great.
Okay.
Our recommendation, if there's no further amendments to the new scope, granted, this would need to be approved by city council as well at the same time. I believe we're taking it to city council, correct? It would be to make a motion to approve it and then move on to the purpose, or excuse me, the scope.
Okay. Do
I
I,
make a motion to approve it.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you very much. Now we can move on to the scope.
Do we need to take a vote on that first or no?
Oh, do we? Since it is a motion, we should. Adrian, can you please? Is Adrian with us?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Commissioner Vice Chair Huerta,
Aye.
Commissioner Cabot,
Aye.
Commissioner Cordero,
Aye.
Commissioner Smith.
Aye.
Motion passed by a vote of 4 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstentions, and 1 absent.
Thank you very much, everyone. Now we move on to scope. Scope of the, I like that Matthew calls it the CS Commission. Community Services Commission is long. So let's talk about what the scope of the CS Commission is.
Would you like
Can
me
I
to
ask
read
a-
the scope? Sorry.
Yes, please. From the HERE Commission's work plan?
Yes, correct.
Please.
So the scope of the commission, the HERE Commission serves as an advisory body to the city council and reports directly to the city council to assess and recommend policies, procedures, and activities in the city government to advance the commission's purpose. It is not intended for the HERE Commission to be a quasi-judicial body, an oversight board, nor a body whose primary function is to receive or investigate individual incidents or complaints. The HERE Commission may request and obtain information with respect to individual incidents or complaints, but only to the extent necessary to make policy, procedure, or activity recommendations to the city council.
I have a quick question for whomever. Is this the same as what we have on ours as far as vision? Is that comparable to their scope, or is that totally different? Because on the page of 4D, we have our mission, our vision, and our strategic directions. Is this something different from that?
The differences are pretty substantial between the CS department's vision and the scope of the HERE Commission. And I would like to point out that after further review of the scope of the HERE Commission as well, it was intended to really make sure kind of who it reports to and kind of the line of communication and the role in which it serves in the overall body. So if you're really looking at the first portions, it would be an advisory board department, and the recommendations would be going to the community services department rather than city council. So that's an important
Right.
as well. So
I think they serve a different purpose.
Yes.
So we have to talk about what our scope is. And our scope is really to, that's a good question. What are we? What do we do? We really do just, act as advisors?
If you look back at the staff report with the language in the introduction, so it provides direct language from I believe, Christina, that information was in the municipal code. So the commission serves as an advisory board to the community services department. So that
There you go.
language could potentially be
Included.
utilized. Yes. And I would say the other aspect to that, while you do serve as an advisory body to the community services department, the commission can also make recommendations to the city council. So for example, there may be an item that the commission reviews, and an example being, let's say we have in the past when we've had a park plan moving forward, the commission has reviewed that and made a recommendation to the city council.
Right.
Okay.
So essentially you can serve as an advisory body to the department and or to the city council. If that's helpful.
It is helpful. So we can take that straight out of there. The Community Services Commission serves as an advisory board to the Community Services Department and City Council. And or City Council. Period.
I guess I'm just confused. Sorry. We have a purpose. And then we don't, on this information that we got for the reorganization of our Community Services Department back in 2014, there is nothing that says scope of the commission, but we jump from mission to vision to strategic directions. So I don't object to having a scope. I'm just wondering how are we setting this up? Are we ignoring the vision and strategic directions and calling it the scope, or what are we doing here? That makes sense. I
think the difference would be what you're setting right now is what the role, what the scope of the commission is, not necessarily what the scope of the department is, but what the scope of the commission is versus the strategic plan that was broader in terms of the community services department. So you're doing what hadn't been done in 1949 when the commission was developed. So you're setting that scope and defining that scope, and then this will ultimately help in setting and developing a strategic plan. Or pardon, not a strategic plan, a work plan, which you'll be able to look back and say, okay, does this meet our scope? Does this meet our purpose? And if so, then it can be included in the work plan. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
This is not in my purview at all. I apologize for these questions. But
That's
then
okay.
what is the purpose of having this vision and strategic directions from when we did it? You did it in 2015. Are you saying you're incorporating that into the scope? I mean, because I think when it says the vision, those are good. Strategic directions, those are all good. I don't think we need to toss them out, but where do we incorporate them? Do they fit into the scope, or where do we put them?
So I think the Commissioner Cabot, I think the staff provided this reference from our strategic plan because each department that exists in the city,
Well, this
is really has to, at that time when they put the strategic plan together, this kind of summed up what their overarching goals were, and then they created objectives, right? And what they wanted to do. What we're doing with this scope is for the commission, what we do as commissioners. So our scope is, as it says, we serve as an advisory board to the Community Services Department and City Council. And we will, I don't know, the next part is kind of hard. And I would ask staff to kind of do this because we know what the HERE Commission does. What do we do as Community Services Commission? We advocate on behalf of the residents. We serve them how, right? That's
Yep, that's great. So, and I think that's, if you look historically within the last few years too, what we bring as staff is what the staff are offering or what the department is offering to the public, and get your feedback as commissioners to make sure that it is properly serving the public. And when you make recommendations, as you've attended the Fall Fun Festival and you said, costume contest was terrible, the lines were awful. Now we need to make accommodations or changes to ensure that we are properly serving the public in a way that is beneficial to everyone, rather than doing them a disservice.
Okay, thanks for clarifying that, Vice Chair. Now I understand a little better. I was confused. I should just not look at this page over here.
well, it's good to look at it, because if you have the opportunity to go back and read the strategic plan, many of the goals that were listed have been accomplished by community services.
Yeah, and Matthew clarified that as well. So we're serving basically as a liaison between the public and community services, right?
We serve as a liaison. We advocate on behalf of the residents.
Right. Those are good points. Okay, that helps me a lot. I feel rather dense right now. I apologize.
That's okay.
I'll be right back.
Oh, advocate. Advocate.
Chair Huerta, or Vice Chair Huerta, if I may recommend with Commissioner Cabot out, that we take a 5-minute health break. Just give everyone a quick moment to regroup, and then we can.
I think that's fair.
That
could be a motion made.
Get Tylenol. So yes, I approve.
Make a motion. We do?
Correct.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to take a 5-minute health break and come back and tackle this.
Thank you.
Do I have Adrian, can you take the vote? Please.
I think she's out. She's on her break.
I'm here.
Oh, I didn't.
Please take the vote.
She left early. She was ready for the break.
Vice Chair Huerta,
Aye.
Commissioner Cabot,
Aye.
Commissioner Cordero,
Aye.
Commissioner Shiv.
Aye.
Okay, motion passed by a vote of 4 ayes, 0 nays, and 0 abstentions, and 1 absent.
Wonderful. It is 8:03. If we take a 5-minute break, we can come back at 8:08, please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was fast. Okay, I think we're waiting for Commissioner Cabot and Rebecca.
As soon as Commissioner Cabot comes back on, you're welcome to move forward.
Okay. During the break, I went ahead and took a shot at the scope. And I would welcome any and all comments, edits, and please, staff, let me know if I'm completely off target. The Community Services Commission serves as an advisory board to the Community Services Department and City Council and functions as a liaison between the residents and city government. It is the responsibility of the Community Services Commission to advocate on behalf of the San Gabriel community to ensure that its programs, services, spaces, and events, and then I realized what time it was. I didn't finish that.
Vice Chair Hortha, if you wouldn't mind repeating that one more time for staff.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
The Community Services Commission serves as an advisory board to the Community Services Department and City Council and functions as a liaison between the residents and city government. It is the responsibility of the Community Services Commission to advocate on behalf of the San Gabriel community and ensure that its programs, services, spaces, and events. And then I need to finish that. We need to finish that.
Wow, that's excellent. I love it.
Okay,
Good. Yeah, it is good.
wonderful. I think we're missing something at the end, though.
Right.
Kind of drops off there, doesn't it? What's the last little bit there where you stopped?
It is the responsibility of the Community Services Commission to advocate on behalf of the San Gabriel community and to ensure that its programs, services, spaces, and events, and I don't know if there is any kind of, at that point, if there's something we need to put in there that's more technical or legal or, I don't know.
I think what you have so far is excellent. It just
It-
kind of drops off. There has to have a more comprehensive ending there.
In the
So-
HERE Commission's scope, at the end, it says, to advance the commission's purpose.
I like that.
I'm not sure if that's something that you wanted to include in the scope.
It's to advance. The commission.
So
That's
the,
good to me.
if you would like me to read that first sentence, I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
So the HERE Commission serves as an advisory body to the City Council and reports directly to the City Council to assess and recommend policies, procedures, and activities in the city government to advance the commission's purpose.
Well, we don't,
Okay,
we aren't going to be that heavy-handed as far as
no, but it
policy
fits.
procedures.
It fits if we do this. It is the responsibility of the Community Services Commission to advocate on behalf of the San Gabriel community to ensure that its programs, services, space, and events advance the commission's purpose.
Oh,
There you go.
yes.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Christina.
Yay. Okay. Well done.
Are we good with it?
Yeah, I think it sounds really good.
Rebecca, do you think it would be necessary for the second sentence just to be added on to the end as a more limiting technical component in particular? So it is not intended for the HERE Commission to be a quasi-judicial body and oversight board, nor a body whose primary function is to receive or investigate individual incidents or complaints.
So do you want something similar to that? That we are committed to that.
I think actually what the commission has come up with is fine. I don't think we need to include that.
I think that HERE Commission is probably more technical because it does deal with policies of the city.
I agree with what Vice Chair said. You know, we don't need to be quite as heavy-handed as they are. Our
Well, and
scope
I
is,
think going back to what Matthew said in the beginning is that the HERE Commission is one that is essentially providing an advisory body, if you will, to the city council directly and could relate to all departments, whereas the Community Services Commission is more specifically connected directly to the Community Services Department.
right.
And so and there may be a time where a policy is developed within the Community Services Department that the commission would weigh in on. But I don't think by not including that in the scope that would mean that the commission could not weigh in on something like that. That makes sense.
Okay.
Vice Chair Huerta, I want to make sure that we have this scope as accurate as possible. Do you mind reviewing that one last time for us?
No, not at all, because I think my wording at the end is kind of funky. Hold on real quick. Okay. The Community Services Commission serves as an advisory board to the Community Services Department and City Council and functions as a liaison between the residents, between residents and city government. I don't think the residents. I think it
Right,
should just
there you go, residents.
between residents and city government. It is the responsibility of the Community Services Commission to advocate on behalf of the San Gabriel community and to ensure that its programs, services, spaces, and events advance the commission's purpose.
Oh, I like it. I think it's good.
You.
Can I suggest two things?
Yes.
Maybe rather than saying advisory board, let's say advisory body.
Great.
And then the other recommendation is where the wording goes into the services programs. I would say the department services programs or the community services department's programs advance the commission's purpose. Because the commission is not putting the programs and services on, it's recommending to the department. So I would just add in department or add in community services department before that.
Matthew, since
Yep.
you have it in front of you, do you
Of
think
course.
you could do that?
Yep,
Please.
not a problem. Do we want to read it off again?
Did you make that adjustment?
Yep, I got it. So the CS or the Community Services Commission serves as an advisory. Let me start that again. My apologies. The Commission serves as an advisory body to the CS Community Services Department and City Council and function as a liaison between residents and city government. It is the responsibility of the Community Services Commission to advocate on behalf of the San Gabriel community and to ensure that the Community Services Department's programs, services, spaces, and events advance the commission's purpose.
Perfect.
Yep,
Yay, we
I
did it.
like it.
We did it. Whew.
More accurately, Terry, or Vice Chair did it.
No, it's a community effort here.
Uh-huh, sure.
Yes, yes, it is. Okay. Can I get a motion to approve our scope?
I'll make a motion to approve the scope of the commission as read.
I'll second it.
Thank you very much. Adrian, can we please take a vote?
Yes, Vice Chair Huerta,
Aye.
Commissioner Cabot,
Aye.
Commissioner Cordero,
Aye.
Commissioner Shields.
Aye.
Motion passed by a vote of 4 ayes, 0 nays, 0 abstentions, and 1 absent.
Thank you, Adrian. We will move on to the next item. Staff will present an update pertaining to the monthly department report. Are we okay with moving on?
If I may just make one note, included in the agenda item was the annual work plan. So that would be something that would move on into the next meeting if the commission is comfortable with that. As a note, everything that would be here would be brought forth to the next meeting in a memo to the commission summarizing everything. And then that would give you your starting point for building the annual work plan, similar in format to your commission.
Is everyone okay with that, commissioners?
Yes.
Yes.
One
Okay,
quick
great.
question, Matthew, can I ask a question, Vice Chair? Are we gonna do the whole work plan in one meeting, or are you going to give us guidelines or what? I mean, that's a lot.
The work plan
I
is
think-
definitely a task. So I think expecting the commission to finish it in one meeting might be a bit difficult. It would be a bit difficult for staff to repeat all of the information as well. We could do it for the scope and purpose, but I think trying to do it for an entire work plan might be a bit difficult. But I would recommend to the commission, to each commissioner, to come prepared with 2 or 3 items to the next commission meeting to help get the conversation started. So 2 to 3 focus items that they find important and should be included in the work plan. And then the commissioners can, as a whole, determine what should or should not be included in the 2022 work plan.
Thank you.
We have some homework. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Staff will present an update pertaining to the monthly department report.
Great, thank you for that. So our monthly department report, we're highlighting some items. Our aquatics division is currently seeking lifeguard candidates for spring and summer aquatic program offerings. If you know anyone interested, they can apply at our City of San Gabriel website at sangabrielcity.com/181/job-opportunities. Along with this, we are actually kicking off our spring lessons Saturday, April 30th, and will continue through May 28th at Smith Park Pool, and registration for spring swim is currently full. For older adult programs and trips, the older adults enjoyed a beautiful afternoon in Chino Hills at the BAPS Schwaminarian, I'm gonna botch this, temple on Saturday, March 26th. The trip included transportation, food, and a private tour of the temple. And there were 24 people in attendance, including the trip guide. For our youth programs at Jefferson Middle School, the basketball clinic at Jefferson Middle School concluded on March 11th. And although we could not compete in any basketball competitive plays, the participants had an opportunity to showcase talent at the Southern California Municipal Athletic Federation basketball skills competition. So this was primarily skills based. And this was on March 19th. 8 cities participated for a total of 50 participants. And a special recognition was given to Aiden Tran, who placed 5th in his division. We congratulate him for his efforts. For special events, the Health and Wellness Fair took place on Sunday, March 27th at the Adult Recreation Center. The city, in conjunction with the HERE Commission, had partnered with the USC School of Pharmacy to host this event. USC provided screenings, including osteoporosis and blood glucose, as well as informational boards on a variety of health topics. The city secured private and nonprofit resources to host a booth at this event. Some notable organizations include 211 LA County, California Phones, and the Chinatown Service Center. The event was seamless and was a great offering. There are approximately 100 people in attendance, and the department looks forward to offering another event in conjunction with USC. The spring celebration, the annual pancake breakfast and egg hunt is quickly approaching. This will take place on April 16th from 7 to 11 a.m. at Smith Park. The city is partnering with the Kiwanis Club of San Gabriel for successful event. The festivities include a pancake breakfast for $5 donation, pancake races, egg hunts, and a coloring contest.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Christina. Do we have any public comments on the action item?
No, we don't.
Wonderful. The time for public comment on this item is now closed. Do we have any comments from our commissioners? Questions, comments?
Oh, one comment. I attended the Health and Wellness Fair, and I was so impressed. It was very organized, and I all the different what they had to offer, the tests and everything. I got to meet Matthew, and and it was just a really fun, organized event. You know, I was proud that it was in our city. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner. We have a great staff. Okay, dates to remember. Staff will present an update pertaining to the dates to remember.
So on Monday, April 4th is our next commission meeting, our Community Services Commission meeting. On Tuesday, April 5th is our regular City Council meeting. Saturday, April 16th is our extraordinary spring celebration at Smith Park. Tuesday, April 19th is another regular City Council meeting. And that is all I have for dates to remember.
Great. Do we have any public comments on that action item?
We do not.
The time for public comment on this item is now closed. Okay, commission reports. Each commissioner may address the Community Services Commission and public on matters of general information and/or concern. This is also the time for commissioners to report on conferences and/or meetings they have attended. Would anyone like to go first? Commissioners?
I think Commissioner.
Cabot? Oh, Commissioner Shea?
I have a question rather. Matthew, do we contact you to help with pancake contests and things?
Correct. Yes. So I have another commissioner that's interested as well. So I'll be sending out information tomorrow on that. So if you could, I'll be happy to add to it.
Yeah, that's a fun one to help with. Okay, that's all I needed to know. What time do we have to be there? Are we going to be there at 7?
The event starts at 7, but that's not when the races take place. I believe they take place around 9 o'clock. I'd have to double check. So a little bit later into the morning.
Excellent. Thank you.
Of course.
Commissioner Shea, were you saying something?
Oh yeah, I was saying Commissioner Cabot was muted. Anyways, I can continue. I can continue, if I may. So I actually have a proposal for the Community Service Commission program. I can add this to the work plan in our next meeting, but that's gonna be 1 month apart. So I feel maybe it's better for me to throw it in right now for the department to consider. I would like to recommend a program called for the Moon Festival. It's also known as the Mid-Autumn Festival. It's a holiday originated from China and is celebrated throughout Southeast Asia, such as China, Japan, Korea, Malaysia, Philippines, and Vietnam. I know that Roseme, they have been doing events about this Moon Festival on the Valley Boulevard for years. I'm not suggesting this one just because some neighboring cities are doing this, considering that we didn't do a Lunar New Year festival this year in February because the COVID situation at the time. And we may have the budget still there available, and then the vendors who were interested and registered to come and then was not able to present because the cancellation of the event. So maybe we have those things still available. And this Moon Festival is a best choice because it's a holiday that meant to bring families together and symbolize unity and abundance. It's this year it falls on the late September, so it's about like 5 months away. Will give us enough time for planning and rolling out if we were to consider this idea. And I have checked our past event calendar. I don't think we have anything after June before October. They mostly are like after school programs and all that. So I think this festival will be some special before the fall starts. With that said, I would recommend that we host a Moon Festival this year in the Mission District area.
Thank you, Commissioner Shea. So I think that is something that we can kind of table for our next meeting as we start to put the work plan together and perhaps put that under events. And I don't know if we would need to talk about budget and where that would fit and where we are with COVID and all the other unexpected things that we would have to deal with. But I think it's a great suggestion. Thank you very much, Commissioner Shea. And let's go ahead and put it on our table it for the next meeting.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair.
Yeah, Vice Chair. Wonderful. Anyone else?
I attended a scholarship meeting with the Kiwanis. I recently became a friend of the Kiwanis, not a member. And so the committee will be deciding from the different high schools in San Gabriel and 2 outside on who they can give, from what applications are submitted, these scholarships. And that's going to be opening up, I think it opened up April to May for a month.
Wonderful.
That was
great. Commissioner Cabot. Yeah. Anything to add?
No, I do not.
Neither do I. Okay.
I know you're surprised.
No. Okay, move on to staff comments. Staff members have the opportunity to address the commission and public on matters of general information and or concern.
Our department, our city, is part of the California Park and Recreation Society. We're part of a district, District 13. And I just wanted to let you guys know we submitted in our district, we submitted for an award for Art in the Park for the efforts of all of our staff. And I've got to mention Amy Cortez, our coordinator, who came up with the idea this summer of Art in the Park. And it actually was awarded the award for health, wellness, and community life. So that, I know it was within our district, so it wasn't statewide, but I at least wanted to acknowledge Amy and her efforts. And I just wanted to make you all aware of recognition of this award.
Thank you. That's very exciting. What's Amy's last name? Cortez?
Amy Cortez.
Wonderful. Was there a certificate or anything like that?
There was a plaque
Wow.
given. It's Amy has the honor of holding it up in her office and she's displaying it proudly. So yes, there was definitely some hardware to take home.
That's significant. Yeah. Hopefully when we come back to chamber, we can get a picture of her or something. Celebrate that. Okay. So move on. The next regular Community Services Commission meeting will be held on Monday, May 2nd at 6:30. Information regarding matters to be considered at each meeting will be available on the Friday before the Community Services Commission meeting on the city's website at www.sangabrielcity.com. This regular meeting is now adjourned at 8:36 p.m. Thank you, everyone.